Hello, I'm David Miller with the Texas estate planning and probate law firm of McCulloch Miller. It was Benjamin Franklin that once said there are no certainties in life except for death and taxes. And that still holds true today, but when it comes to estate planning, there's lots of misinformation and misunderstanding about what taxes to be worried about. And today, as Congress is actually debating a new budget bill which might substantially change estate taxes, I want to take a little bit of time and talk about estate taxes. One of the biggest things that I deal with a new client is when they come in and their number one concern is avoiding the death tax. And I hear that very often, but there's a lot of misinformation about what the death tax is or who it applies to. And so let's talk about that. The death tax is really what we call estate taxes. And whether or not that's something you need to worry about really depends on where you live and how much money you have. Now, for most people, this is not something they're going to have to worry about. But again, it also depends. In Texas does not have a state estate tax. Other states, such as Oregon, do. And so whether or not you might have a state estate tax to worry about really is dependent on where you live. Beyond the state estate taxes, there is the federal estate tax. And currently, the exemptions being debated are $15 million for an individual and $30 million for a couple. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you pass away and you're a married couple and you have $30 million or more, you're going to be subject to estate taxes. But the reality is that doesn't really apply to very many people. In fact, most people will never need to worry about estate taxes. And so to have that issue drive your estate planning can really be problematic. While it was very common back in the late 90s, early 2000s to do a lot of estate planning based solely on estate taxes, that's really not the driver of today's estate planning needs. That doesn't mean that you don't need to worry about taxes at all. There are still certain tax issues you need to consider in your estate plan, like avoiding capital gains tax or minimizing income tax for your beneficiaries. But that is where you need to work with an estate planning attorney and have a customized estate plan based off of your needs, your assets, and your goals that will actually accomplish those goals and minimize the taxes for your heirs. If you have any questions about this, please call our firm and schedule a consultation. Thank you.